Good afternoon. My name is Bethany Lewis. I would like to introduce you to my audience. This is Sandra Lewis and this is Joan Brinkley. Thank you for being here with me today. I would like to begin with a story from Gerald Linwood's book on medical miracles on organ transplants. It starts with a 22-year-old college student by the name of Nancy Kelly who was sitting at her desk in a dormitory room at Massachusetts State College when a fire suddenly broke out. Before Nancy could leap to safety, her body was engulfed by flames. Fire seared her hair, and 4/5 of her body was severely burned. Years ago, doctors would have little hope of saving Nancy Kelly. According to Dr. Nicholas Tinley, organ and tissue donation is improving and has improved dramatically. An astounding 107,173 people are awaiting organ transplants from OrganGov.com. What if one of these people was a family member that you loved and cared about? What would you do? We don't know what we would specifically do until we're put in a situation. Today I would like to talk to you about how important and meaningful it can be to become an organ donor. Specifically, I will talk to you about how to become an organ donor, the need and shortage for organs, and how the recipient feels after the transplant. I would like to talk to you first about how to become an organ donor. Designating an organ and tissue donation is very simple. There is nothing hard about it. It basically just takes your willingness. In Linwood's book, he describes the steps on how to become an organ donor. One only must be the age of 18 years to indicate their decision. Donation may be designated at a hospital, individual, or doctor's office, and may also go for scientific purposes. All one must do is complete a card signed by 2 witnesses showing their willingness to become an organ donor. In our Department of Driver Services, they encourage people who apply for their license to indicate their decision on their driver's license. This makes matters easier because if something does happen to you, you always have your license and it's clear cut. In a book written by Finn and Coulter, they wrote about conflicts within an individual who did not indicate their decision. Save this question from your family. It is important that you become an organ donor now. Your next of kin may not always know what you want or may not be there to make the decision for you. Time is critical. Become an organ donor now. In Ballard's book, he says when you officially become an organ donor, your name is placed in a large database that allows quickness of time for someone to receive your unselfish act of kindness. I will now talk to you about the need and shortage for organs. Ballard talks about how organ donor shortage is a big problem for most transplant programs. The patients on the U.S. waiting list are growing at a steady rate, reaching 97,000 as of December 31, 2007, from an article called Donate Life America. Another good statistic from this site states that 6,000 people died while awaiting organ transplant, and 26,000 people received an organ transplant. Just from these numbers, I hope you can see how important it is for you to make this incredible decision. In an article by New York Times, they indicated that 13% of New York adults agreed to become organ donors. When I think of a shortage, I just can't comprehend it. There are so many people that die every day that if one of them could have been an organ donor, they could have saved someone. Lastly, I would like to talk to you about how the recipient feels after the transplant. According to Swartz, how the recipient feels depends on the type of organ that was transplanted. For most patients, they feel a lot better than they did before and are able to do many things that their ill health prevented them to do. Sometimes, some patients can't cope with the fact and they may require counseling, but for most they are extremely grateful. According to Orrit Brower, how questions that may arise for organ transplants is when the organ removed, is the patient dead? Yes, the patient must be declared officially dead. Sure, there are questions, but the answer is you're receiving an organ from someone that took this unselfish act of kindness and saved your life. I hope you can see that it is very important to become an organ donor. I have told you how to become an organ donor, the need and shortage for organs, and how the recipient feels after the transplant. Think of the satisfaction that you will receive from helping your fellow man. It could be your mother, father, sister, brother, or child that receives someone's unselfish act of kindness. Become an organ donor now. Thank you.
That was it.